Hey, I'm Aldwin.
And I'm Jason.
And this is the Ready, Play, Tennis Podcast.
New balls, please.
Why I didn't get excuse me, can you talk louder so everyone can hear you asking me about my drugs?
I mean, if we had Hawkeye, you would be so freaking embarrassed right now.
Well, how come they can say whatever they want to me?
Oh, it's old talent, that don't work. I just sit on the couch.
I don't want to look like I'm gonna be his boyfriend.
This is what they paid for. This is what they want.
Time.
Ready?
Play.
Welcome, Genie, to our show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You are the first ever guest on the Ready Play Tennis podcast. Thanks for coming.
I feel honored.
I have to ask on behalf of Aldwin, my co-host, the hair. Did you do a trim or not?
Okay, so I'm actually going to the salon tomorrow. So I'm still open to like recs if you guys have suggestions. It's super long, so I tied it up right now. But I'm gonna go tomorrow after training. So what do you think?
Okay, listen, I'm just gonna say it. Like, obviously as a tennis player, you wanna really be mindful of the kind of hairstyle that you have. I'm partial, as you know, because I answered your IG, I'm partial to like a braided pony. Because like if you have a braided pony and you hit a winner, you can just like flick your head and then the pony goes on to the other side. So,
yeah, I do that a lot.
I'm saying keep the length, but keep the length, but just like trim off the ends, like an inch or two.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, because I haven't had my haircut since before quarantine, so I know. And it just gets so long. And my last tournament, I was in Prague, and it was actually kind of bothering me while I was playing. Like sometimes, like if I'm going to serve, my racket would kind of get stuck in it sometimes, and I would almost like miss a serve because of it. And then other times, when I finish a backhand, it like whips around and hits me in the face, and then I'm like blinded for 2 seconds while I'm trying to run for the next ball. So yeah, see, people don't know like how hard it is, to be a female, an athlete, having all these things together. There's a lot to it.
You know what? Even the tennis court, women have a more difficult time. Let's just put it out there.
You get your hair like whipped into your face. Like, come on.
But you can do that move when you hit a winner. You can.
I know. Sometimes I finish a point and like my braid's like here on the side, and I just like flick it over with my hand and then like walk to the back. Yes. I feel so sassy.
I am so for that.
Yes. So we connected with you on your IG.
Yes.
So that's obviously where you connect with a lot of your fans, us being 2 of them. So we wanted to know, obviously, you have to sort of filter through the noise, and we're going to talk about the one that sort of you decided to share in a second. But like, how do you sort of go about doing that? Obviously, you want to connect with your fans, but you can't connect with everybody.
Yeah, it's a lot for sure. Social media, I think, has so many good things, but there's also some negative aspects to it as well. I love how it's just so instant, how you can like reach your fans and really kind of be as one-on-one as possible with them. And, that's how I try to be. Well, when we had tournaments with fans, that's how I try to be with them in person. So I think they appreciate that. And I think it's just the most natural thing. It's like, oh, look, selfie, this is what I'm doing. Boom, right away to everyone. So I think that aspect is cool. Obviously there are, scenarios where it gets a bit much or a bit negative and things like that. So I try to avoid that stuff. But in terms of you guys, so like, it's kind of new on, like not new on Instagram. Like I'm actually really not like a tech person at all, but there's a way where I can see like when people tag me in stories. So like I just click on this thing and it just shows me all the stories I'm tagged in. So sometimes like I just go through them, and a lot of times when I play matches, it's people who have, posted video of or watching me play. And I think that's pretty cool. And so that's how I saw you guys there. And I was like, oh my God, you guys are like all so cute. And I was like, I have to do this for sure. But yeah, so, it's less like, I'll scroll through DMs casually, but I really liked seeing what people like posted about with tagging me. So that's how I found you guys.
So the post that got you was my co-host, Aldwin.
Yes.
His 5th cocktail in Grand Bend with his friend Antonio.
Yep.
On the Unicorn
Floatie.
Honestly, that's what really caught my eye with just how unique it was. I was like, this is not usually I'm tagged in things and there's a tennis court in the background, but this was like, in the water. And I was like, I just loved it.
I'll be honest with you. Jason and I, very quickly, Jason is like the professional and I'm kind of like the clown in the partnership.
I can see that already.
He was like hard at work at our podcast. And, just to give a little bit of background, Jason's objective was to get Vashek on the show first. And my objective was to get...
How dare you.
I know. Don't hate him.
All right. Well, now you're my favorite out of you two. So
it was just the challenge that we chose on Canada Day.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. And my objective was to get you on the show.
And who won?
I
helped, I swear.
And so anyway, so that morning, Jason was hard at work at the podcast, and I was in Grand Bend on the beach at a friend's cottage, and I was like, I had a couple of clamatos, I was drinking some rosé on the freaking beach, and I'm like, you know what, I need to move my ass into the water and send a video to Genie. So not gonna lie, I was like half in the bag, but I was like, Genie, girl, get on our show time. And to our surprise, you watched the story and you reposted it on your IG, and for that we were extremely thankful.
Oh, no, it was the cutest little video. I was like, anytime, you guys, like when people make an effort or fun and friendly, I'm like, that's what I vibe with. So
yeah, thank you.
Aldi,
yeah,
you need to ask her about Prague. Yeah,
okay, so listen, we got to talk a little bit about tennis. We're not spend a lot of time.
It is a tennis podcast, right? And I am a tennis player, but okay, yeah, just a little bit.
But you know what? Like, I want to get to the girlfriend stuff. Okay, so Jason and I we did our due diligence and watched your matches in Prague. First of all, congratulations on an excellent showing.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so Kudermatova, you served her an old-fashioned Montreal bagel in the first set.
There you go, I did.
6-love, 6-3. And what Jason and I were really impressed with was that, like, against Zidansek in the second match, you were up in the you won the first set in a tiebreak. You won the second set. You were up in the second set 4-1, and she came back, like she clawed her way back. And then you're like, no, honey, not today. Like this third set, it's about Genie today. And you're like, bye. And honestly, that match with Mertens, Jason and I watched, we're like, girl, is this 2014? Like, is this back like Wimbledon final time? So like, we want to know, honestly, in terms of your tennis, like, how are you feeling? And like, especially, how do you feel with the new like measures, like the safety measures for COVID at the tournaments?
Yeah, I think, quarantine was tough, a difficult time for everybody, but in a way, I think it will be beneficial to me because I just got to spend a lot of time at home training. I tried to work in the gym a lot, got really strong, spent a lot of time on the court, and I got to take that time to try to improve things that normally during the year we don't have time. As tennis players, our schedule is like 10 months a year. So in a weird way, I think quarantine will have been like a little blessing in disguise for me personally, in terms of my career. Obviously, there's so much, there's so many hardships and people are going through so much, and I haven't seen my family in so long. There's lots of, tough aspects to it. But in terms of just like focusing on working, like I literally didn't do anything except for work out and play tennis. So I think that has helped me regain confidence in my game. And I've played a bunch of exhibitions before going to Prague, and this tournament was my first real tournament back. And I just felt pretty good on the court. I felt good with my movement. I felt like the ball wasn't coming as fast as I would expect it to come, which means, I'm used to this faster pace, or I'm able to move fast enough. And, I tried to just give it my all, which, in that second round match, like you said, I should have won that in 2 sets. I should have been in the locker room an hour earlier than I was, but I told myself to mentally just forget about the second set. We're going out to play one more set. And I started pretty strong. And I think, breaking her, I think the first game, and then staying strong, just that set the tone for the third set. And so, I never really looked back after that. But yeah, so exciting to play like a real tournament again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that merch-
Jason has a question about one of your IG stories that you posted in Prague.
yeah.
Tell me.
So I saw this story that you posted, and I was like, and this is not about food shaming because you're an athlete, you're a pro, but
Yeah.
you shared this breakfast photo. You had 3 poached eggs, like nicely wrapped around all the oatmeal, and like I think it was literally. I mean, I can't weigh it visually, but like it looked like probably half a pound of bacon.
Yes.
This with.
So what was the question if I was sharing that?
I was like, but the question, did you eat that whole breakfast? I mean, you're an athlete, so you need that energy.
Yes, of course. That's like normal breakfast for me.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. Well, look, I need a lot of protein, and then I get the carbs from the oatmeal. So all of it is good. It's not like I'm not having, croissants, which obviously in Europe are like a million times better than over here. I really was proud of the way I stay focused on my diet. But so, it's not like empty sugar, empty carbs. It's no bad stuff, but it's just a lot of like sustenance, I mean, you don't get like pipes like these from not eating.
God, what? Guys, she flexed for us. I can't stop.
You have to fuel the body, okay? So just remember that for your next tournament, you guys.
Yeah, I mean, Aldwin and I had a previous coach. We sort of have shared coaches in the past, and she would tell us, what we should eat, like during a match, and like kinds of food. So obviously, in prep for a match, you're eating that probably 90 minutes to 2 hours before you go on court.
Actually, a little more than that. So that would be like breakfast, and then I would go do my little half-hour warm-up of hitting to get ready for the match. And then depending on how much time I had before the actual match, I would eat like a small lunch. So like rice and chicken or something, not too big, but eat again for sure. It's important.
Okay, it's cute. Okay, so everyone knows that now you've partnered with Rennae. We love her.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to share a little personal story because I'm like an old grandma. Like I grew up in the time of Steffi Graf, and I was literally obsessed with her. And
I was on the court with Steffi this morning.
No.
Oh my God!
At the front door.
Yeah. No, her and Andre are awesome. I train with Gil Reyes out here, who's Andre's former fitness trainer. So that's why I moved out here to focus a lot on getting stronger with him. And Andre and Steffi are so nice and so giving, and come on the court sometimes and help me out. And they actually suggested that I work with Rennae as well. So that kind of came through them. But when I'm back home, I get to see them, and so it's awesome.
So like, okay, so I mean, okay, I'm not going to gush over Steffi because literally I'm going to die. But
No, you look like you died there for a second.
Oh my God. What is it about your coaching partnership with Rennae that seems to be clicking? Because Jay and I have said, we saw you in Prague and we're like, this girl means business. Like she wants to win. Yes. So like, what is it about Rennae that you love so much?
Well, the first thing I love is obviously her experience as a player. She knows what it's like to have been there. And the other big thing that stands out with her is that she's a female. And that is really different, because she can like understand like if I am more emotional or if I feel a certain way, or if I'm literally like, I don't want to play this girl because like, of like her outfit or like the way she says, come on, or like, stupid things that like an older male coach probably wouldn't be able to like relate to as much. Like
that's the way kind of Jason, by the way. But anyway.
That kind of like girly, like feminine side where she's like, I literally was feeling exactly this way in this match, and this is what I did, and just to handle all of those kind of obstacles that get thrown at us. So I just think it's cool to relate with someone that way.
It's awesome.
Was there one that you guys sort of shared as someone who annoyed you on court, or somebody whose grunt annoyed you on court?
I mean, look, I'm not gonna name names, but yeah, we definitely talk shit about the tour for sure. Not gonna lie. You would, I mean, we can privately have these conversations, and you guys would die, but you would love it. But yeah. You know, there's always drama on tour. You gotta
course. I mean,
yeah.
listen, play a tournament at the GLTA. There's always drama. People, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Right?
Jason's my best friend, but like when Jason, first of all, beats me in all of our tennis matches. So at this point, I don't give a shit. But like, because he's so calm and collected, but as you can tell, I'm very emotional. So like when he hits like his 45th forehand winner, I literally like look back at the tarp and I call him bad names.
Okay. Yep. No, it's maybe it's just a healthy outlet for you, you know.
Yeah.
2 episodes ago, we had to counsel Aldwin because he admitted that he cried on the court during the practice match.
I mean, look, I'm not gonna lie. I've been there too. I think every professional can admit they've cried on court. So
and that's what we said. That's exactly what we said. So we were counseling each other. It was fine. It was
okay.
Jason, do you want to ask the question about World Team Tennis?
Yeah. So it just looked like, from what we were seeing and all the things that you were sharing, that you were just having such a good time, and maybe that sort of connects to the fact that you said it was a bit of a blessing, this whole pandemic, and we're all sort of trying to find what those blessings are, I think, during this time. But it just seemed like you were loose and you were having a great time. So we'd love to hear about your experience with that and what you were getting up to with your squirrel friends, Bethany and Sloan. And
it was so fun. And I think what everyone loved was that we just didn't have to travel. We were all in this one resort for like 3 weeks. And there were a lot of, off-court activities, different fun things to do, which we all did as teams. Like we did our little team bonding activities and team dinners and stuff like that. And just to kind of, usually we travel and like within 1 week we're somewhere else. So to kind of have this like little mini home away from home was fun. And just to have such a big space as well. And it's like you kind of have all your tennis friends there. So it was just really enjoyable. And even the tennis as well was fun because you have this team supporting you. And we all know tennis is a very individual sport and we're not used to that. But to have this like squad on the bench who like desperately care if you win or lose this point was like, it adds pressure, first of all, but it also adds this sense of like motivation. And I was almost like felt more pressure and like wanted to be more focused than in normal matches. Cause I'm like, if I lose a normal match, I'm just letting myself down. Who cares? But now I'm letting down like 7 other people. Like, no way, So it helps you like actually focus mentally. Cause after that I went to go play and I felt super sharp mentally. So there was that aspect as well. And I think we all like appreciated just getting to play matches in that environment.
That's awesome. Jason and I were watching your Insta stories and like all of your friends at the WTT, and we're like, we want to be part of that girl gang.
Right?
Like, they're probably going to have pizza after, and they're going to talk about like cute guys. And we want to be part of that.
I know our team was so chill. Team Chicago was the best. Bethany and Sloan were the 2 other girls on my team, and we were just all like having a good time. Even the guys were so fun, and I had some friends on other teams as well, so we'd go like grab food and just gossip and just hang out.
Who are the guys on your team?
So we had Rajiv Ram, Brandon Nakashima, and Evan King.
Oh, Rajiv, silver medalist at Rio with Venus.
Yeah, and he won the Australian Open this year. Wow. Yeah, in doubles. And then I think he won mixed at the Australian anyway, he's won multiple Grand Slams. And so we're just like, awesome. That's sick. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to get into the part of the interview that we love the most. We're going to ask you some cute little questions, but we're going to start with an easy one. Like, to my surprise, Jason is more informative and like informed about what goes on in the world of tennis. I honestly didn't know that you had chosen Vegas as your home base. Mm-hmm. Like, why Vegas?
Well, because of exactly what I was saying earlier. I've known Gil Reyes for like 10 years. I've spent time training with him before. He's Andres Agassi's former strength coach, and I just think he's like the best in the world. And at the end of last year, I was kind of getting injuries, and I wasn't feeling physically like my best. And so my mom and I were literally talking, and she was like, who do we think is the best in the world? We think it's Gil. So I kind of just packed up a suitcase and came out here and like never looked back. So here I am.
And you're there with your mom?
Yeah, well, I'm here. I mean, I've rented a house and I'm here alone sometimes. Right now, she's actually here visiting me. Sometimes I try to get friends to visit, things like that. But yeah, it's kind of my training base right now.
That's awesome.
Hmm.
You had your brother visit with you when you were playing World Team Tennis, no?
Yeah, good research, guys. My mom, my brother, and his girlfriend came down to visit me. So they were there for like a week of the time I was at the Greenbrier. They were there for like the last week. So we got up to a bunch of activities together as well.
We sort of observed that you and him seem very close, so we thought that was cute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and we also, I mean, I get told that we look alike, which I don't like, because then I feel like, oh my god, I look like a dude, like what's going on? But like our facial structure, I think, is very similar. So I always get that, like, oh my god, you guys look so alike. Or he looks girly, I don't know.
We, obviously following your Instagram since the beginning of our podcast, we know that your friends are so important in your life to, I guess, to keep you grounded. Like, how do your girlfriends like keep it real with you, like keep you grounded? Because, obviously being a professional tennis player, it's tennis 24/7, but like every person needs a girlfriend to just like take it down and like, this is the Genie that I remember. Yeah. So.
Well, a lot of my good girlfriends are friends that I met in school and like elementary school when I was younger. And so I like friends like that because it's like we all were friends just because we were friends and we wanted to hang out with each other. And so I love like the lifelong friends I kind of have. And I have some friends also from like teenage years or from growing up playing tennis tournaments and things like that. And so those ones understand the tennis side a little bit as well, which is nice, but you definitely need an escape from it as well. So I love just chatting with friends about normal, mid 20-year-old stuff and forgetting about tennis for a little bit, for sure.
That's awesome. Okay, so Jason and I had this question for you because, like, obviously we think we're one of your girlfriends now.
Yeah. Oh no, you guys are. It's like official now.
Aww. So let's say, for example, we're at your rented house in Nevada. We're gonna have a girls' night in. We want to know, what are we ordering for food? And like, I don't know if you remember this, but like, I was like on our Ready Play Tennis podcast being like, girl, what are you? Because you sent out like, what should I watch on Netflix? I'm like, girl, you have to watch Ozark. And I don't know if you remember that, but like, what are we ordering for food and what are we watching?
Oh my God, the possibilities are endless. Gosh, what should we order in?
You had a delicious pizza in Prague.
Yeah, I was gonna say like pizza is kind of my go-to for like a cheap meal, comfy night in kind of thing. So we're definitely getting
pizza.
Yeah. I know, I look so weird. I was like with my hands, I was like ready to like attack it. So yeah, definitely pizza. And then what are we gonna watch? I mean, we would just have to like binge watch something. I don't know. What are you guys watching right now? I personally am watching Succession. I'm halfway through season 2. I'm obsessed with it, like completely obsessed with it. But I feel like if we're binge eating, we should also binge watch something kind of, not shitty, but like, what I mean? So like the first, like, honestly, when you asked me, the first TV show that came to mind was Too Hot to Handle, which I watched during quarantine.
Honey, we're in for that. Jason and I are so in for that.
So the new one that everyone's talking about, and it's probably not new anymore, again, I'm just behind on everything, is Selling Sunset. I haven't watched it yet. So like, I feel like we would have to order pizza and watch Selling Sunset. Is that acceptable?
Yeah, I think that's a date, to be honest.
For sure.
When the travel restrictions are lifted, we're flying over and watching.
Okay, so I can't watch it then. I have to like save it for you guys.
You cannot. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, when the border opens up for us.
Yeah.
Someday in 2021.
Seriously, how annoying is this whole border thing? Like, I can't deal with it. I want to go and visit, but it's just hard.
You can come, no? You're a Canadian citizen. You can come.
Yes, I can, but there's also the quarantine issue. So I'm like, if I go visit family, then it's like, what? I have to be there for 2 weeks, and then if I have tournaments or training, it's like I can't just. I would love to go see everyone there, but I can't hang out for 2 weeks. So I'm just gonna wait till it's lifted.
Yeah. Smart.
Yeah.
So we reached out to our listeners, all several hundred of them, and
all 25 of them.
We asked them to share the questions that we should ask you. We filtered through the crap and the people who live in their basement wanting to date you. Come up with what we thought are good questions, maybe funny questions. So we're going to go through some of those. So Aldwin, I'll take this on, and you're going to do the game at the end here.
100%, girl. Ask those questions.
So Lil Miss Sarah said, do you regret the Pinty's commercial?
Oh my God. No. Why would I regret that?
One sponsor relationship leads into another. So of course, that was what I thought.
I mean, who doesn't want chicken nuggets? That was great shit.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm insulted by that question. Next question. What is it?
Okay, so this is a question from my co-host. How many times?
I thought this was from your fans. Do you guys not have fans? Like, you had one fan question, which was insulting, and now you're going straight to a co-host question. All right, guys. Starting to see this little shindig. I'm trying to suss it out right now and kind of seeing where we're at.
This did come from, it sort of indirectly came from one of our listeners, but we sort of put a twist on it.
Okay.
To make it better. So how many times has the song Genie in a Bottle played as you're entering the court?
Yeah, definitely in the double digits, many times. And I love it every single time because it's cool to have a song with your name. And I just love the DJ, whoever is doing it. World Team Tennis, sometimes I would hit a good shot or win a point, and they played music between every point. So they would play it. And then I thought that was so cool. Sometimes when I did an ace or something, then he'll play Genie in the Bottle. And I was respect. I love that.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, there's not many other times, I think, or any other players who are going to have that name in a song when they enter the court. So
exactly. I've actually joked to people oh yeah, she wrote it for me, and people believe me. And I'm this song came out when I was 6. What do you put 2 and 2 together? But I don't know. People just believe anything I say, I guess.
So our GLTA tennis queen in Australia named Tyrone had this question for you.
Okay.
You could have the shot of anyone else on the tour. Whose would it be?
And we could say past or present. It could be current or from.
Okay. If I had to pick one shot though, it would still be from a current player. I would definitely pick Serena's serve. It's just, it gets her out of trouble so many times. It's possibly the best shot in tennis. It obviously has the power, but also the disguise to have placement. When I've played against her, it's she tosses it up and you have no idea where that thing's going,
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same toss every time, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And you know where it's going. 2 more. We have 2 more questions for you. People want to know if you're going to play more doubles with BMS in the future, Bethany.
Oh my God. If she would want to play with me, I would obviously bow down to her highness and her greatness and play with her. She's such an epic doubles player, and she's so accomplished. I don't think I'm good enough to play with her. She would never want to play with me, but I would love to play with her.
Oh.
Honestly, the vibe that you guys had on court was so cool though.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm not just saying that from Jason and our perspective, but you must be hearing it from a lot of people who are wow, Beth. Okay, full disclosure, Jason and I on our podcast, we call her Bethy.
Accidentally.
We're too lazy to say Bethany Matek, but we love Beth. We love Bethany. And
okay, I love her too.
Well, maybe when we get Vashik on this show, we can ask Vashik to ask Bethany if he'll play doubles.
Yeah, because they're co-hosts as well. They're besties now.
Yeah.
So the last question is, what were you thinking when Petra called you Angie during the 2014 Wimbledon final ceremony?
I didn't even know that. What? Are you serious?
She called you Angie, and we're girl, her name is Eugenie.
During the on-court interview after the match?
Yeah.
Wow, we'll see how sad I was. I wasn't even listening. I didn't even notice. Wow, thanks guys. I didn't need to know this piece of information, and you just.
Oh.
Sorry. But we still love that you made the Wimbledon final. Honestly, as Canadians, we're just so proud when when a girl like represents us, and like I don't know if you know this, but like gays love you. Like GLT loves you.
Really? Oh my god, I love you guys. You guys are like the best.
I'm not even kidding you. We're just like the GLTA is just like in an uproar. There's like a collective like swell of like, oh my god, Genie. So just let you know we love you. We have so much support.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're wrapping up our interview, and we want to finish with a game, as you know, called the Changeover. We're going to give you an either/or option. And Jason, do you want to time this? It's going to be 60 seconds.
Let me find my phone.
So we're doing all the questions in 60 seconds. Is that it?
Yeah, and I mean, like, there's no like win or lose. They're just like, you know, rapid fire. Like,
yeah. I love rapid fire things because I don't even have to think, and I just say what comes to my head, which could be like great or it could be awful. So just be ready.
Yeah, sure.
We're ready.
Jason, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Forehand or backhand?
Backhand.
Starbucks or Tim's?
Tim's. I miss it so much. Oh my god.
Oh. We'll send you some Tim's. Steffi or Andre?
I can't pick. It's Steffi, but Andre,
Steffi.
but both, all of them together, combined. They're like one unit. You can't.
It's true. They are one unit. Vegas or Montreal?
Look, right now Vegas, but my heart is always with Montreal. You know, I was watching the hockey game earlier. I don't know what happened. Did they win? Did they lose?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't watch
Okay.
This is the wrong audience.
I was born and raised there, so my heart's always there.
Montreal. Netflix or chill?
Depends what the chill is.
Okay. We got you, girl. We got you. Wimbledon or Rogers Cup?
These are like really hard questions, you guys. Come on.
We're not amateurs. It's not like you're our first interview or anything.
Clearly, you guys came super prepared.
Yeah.
Look, it's a tie. Look, yes. Wimbledon is like, okay, as a kid, you grow up dreaming of winning Wimbledon. But the experiences I've had at the Rogers Cup and the fan love and the support has been unmatched anywhere else in the world. So, you know, both. But awesome. Wimbledon, but both.
That's a fair answer. I got you.
Okay.
We got you.
Okay.
Okay, favorite gelato flavor?
I'm super boring, and I like things like very plain. So I'm going to go with okay, have you guys been to Europe? Have you been to like Italy? Okay, so they have this flavor called stracciatella.
Girl.
Okay. It's kind of like plain vanilla milk with like little chocolate pieces, like just super plain. I just love that. I don't know. I know I'm super weird. Sorry.
No, we love that. Girl, listen, Jason and I had been to Europe before, and we're like, our diets are going out the window. We're gonna have some stracciatella double in a waffle cone.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's my shit.
Okay, greatest match win or like most successful accomplishment on the court.
Well, in terms of accomplishment, obviously, you know, making the Wimbledon finals is number one for me. But match win, right before I did that, in the quarters of the French Open, I beat Carlos Suarez Navarro. And I just was super proud of that win because I was down 4-1 in the third set, you know, on clay against a clay court, you know, specialist. And I came back and won that 7-5 in the third. So I was super proud of that.
Awesome. Ooh, I like that answer.
On TSN, they were replaying that match and they trimmed it. I was so annoyed. I didn't get sort of the drama and the sort of the through line.
Real fans want to see the whole thing.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly. Okay, there's only a couple more. Turn up track. Like you're at the club, you're with us, and we're like, okay, what's gonna get your juices flowing, Ivan?
Oh my God, there's so many. I can't even pick one. Give me like options. Give me like 3 and I'll pick one.
Okay, are you like a Cardi B girl? Are you like are you like a hip hop girl? Are you like an Avril Lavigne girl? Are you like
I mean, depends. If it's oldies night, I love my oldies stuff. So definitely some of that for sure.
Okay, awesome. This is a personal one, but like your favorite diva. So like my favorite diva is like Whitney, because all the gays want to know. Like, are you a Whitney girl? Are you a Mariah girl? Are you an Avril girl? Celine?
Oh my God, my favorite. Oh, I love Celine. Honestly, I love Celine. I met her once and she's just like so cool.
You met her?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Okay, I'm dead. Okay, and the last question that we have for you is finish the sentence. I'm Genie Bouchard, and I'm...
I'm Genie Bouchard, and I'm just sassy and loving life.
Yes! Snaps all around. We like that.
Oh my God.
And that's why
This is
we're
perfect timing, by the way, because my computer's at 1%. So you guys nailed it.
Amazing.
Well, we're so happy to have you, obviously. And
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and we usually have a popular refrain on our show when we're trying to get players to hear us. So, Genie, if you're listening, we love you, and we look forward to seeing what you have for us on the court in the future. And thank you for coming and being the first guest on our show.
Thank you for having me. I'm so honored. I'm so happy and proud to have been your first guest. And now we're best friends forever. So it's all good.
We love you. We love you so much.
Love you guys too.
Love you so much.
Thank you for the support. Honestly, it makes me feel so special.
Hey, it's your serve. If you love this episode, be sure to give us a 5-star review. And don't forget to share it with others and let them know what all the racket's about. See what I did there?
And don't forget, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Ready Play Tennis Podcast. See ya!